the grapheme, the written symbol of the sound, is always trickier, particularly at this age when they're only 4 and their muscles and fine control skills are maybe slightly weaker. But there are other ways you can practice. So I'm going to give you 1 or 2 ideas. Magic finger, always a good one. Take the rainbow letter that are within your packs, start at the black dot, follow the arrow, and then talk your child through how to form it. So you start at the black dot, start at the top, come all the way down, go all the way back up and round to make the pond for the duck. And you could even draw little ducks and things in it, just to give them that hook. That's also a really good method on the back. So if you've got your flat surface on the back, you can draw the letter for the child on their back, or they could draw on your back. So that physical touch can be very memorable as well. Another option would be to invest in a whiteboard. This is a whiteboard I got from Amazon. It's really large, which is fantastic. It came with a little stand, but I actually took it off so it could go flat on the table. And I also bought the magnetic letters from Amazon as well. They're the lowercase letters. Please don't use the uppercase letters. Don't use capitals, because it gets a little bit too confusing for the children. And don't forget, if you do use the magnetic letters, you can always use the letters that we have previously learned to revise as well. I like it uncluttered at this stage, so that they only focus on the sounds that we're doing. These are the new ones. You could remove them and put the ones on that need revising. And you could just simply say, draw down, up, and they pull the p down. Or find the I, and they take it. You can hide it. Or you could do Kim's game, where you take a letter and say, oh, which one did I take away? And they have to say, N. Don't forget, you can use the kinesthetic movements as well. If they're doing really well, you can ask them to draw it down, and then using a whiteboard pen, they can copy it. Again, talking through, start at the top, go all the way down, come up the same line and go round to make the pond. If they do them and it's not correctly formed, so they lift their pen, doesn't matter, as long as it looks like I'm really happy. Even if it's reversed, just occasionally pick them up on it and say, look, you've done it the wrong way. Just so it's not laborious. And honestly, a couple of minutes, that's all. Even if it means you can guide their hands, so you can make them hold the pen and they do the motion with you guiding them. How to hold the pen is always really interesting. Some parents, some children are still grasping with a palmar grip. So what you do is you put the pen down with the nib facing the child. I don't know if you can see that. And so that when they go to pick it up, they use their pincer, and they pick it, let me show you, they pick it, pinch it, and flip it. And then that should be in the right position. Again, it's tricky, they're only 4, so whatever works for them. Another method, other than the magnets, is just simply use the cards that I've done, draw the letter down, can you find the P? And then if they are doing really well, you can say, okay, I'm going to hide it, can you draw it? You could also use chalkboard with chalk. That's really good because it's got great friction, so they can press really hard. You could use cardboard boxes, paper, even a bit of Play-Doh. So if you've got some Play-Doh at home, it's not necessarily forming the letter correctly, but it is getting them to practice making the grapheme. This exercise is fantastic for muscle strengthening in the hand, which is in turn really good to be able to hold a pen or pencil. So all they do is they make a snake, or they could press little bits of Play-Doh onto the table, and then they've made a letter. So make a something you could do together.